Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Tips and Tricks. In this series I am sharing hints and tips with you so that the German language learning process becomes easier for you. In today's video I am going to give you 3 hints through which it will be possible for you to identify the gender of noun, and if you identify the gender of noun then you will be able to use the correct article, because we know that every German noun has a gender and based on the gender we select one article for it. The first hint is that you have to identify the suffix shaft, and all the German nouns which have the suffix shaft or which are ending with shaft, they all are feminine noun and they all have the article D. So I have listed 10 examples for the suffix shaft. The next suffix is height. I have also listed 10 examples for this suffix, and the next is date, and I have also listed 10 examples for the suffix date in German language. And if you follow the video completely, you will be learning at least 30 nouns only in this video. So let's start with the first one, die Mannschaft, the team. Now all of the nouns you can split them into two different parts. The first part can be another adjective or any other noun, and the second part will be shaft, which is the suffix, and that is the identifier through which you can identify that the gender of this noun is feminine. So die Mannschaft. So if you alone use the word man, it means man and it has article der, it's a masculine noun. But if you put a suffix shaft at the end, it will become Mannschaft. Mannschaft means team. Now let's move to the next, die Partnerschaft. This noun is also composed of two parts. First one is partner, which is a noun, which means partner. But if you put a suffix shaft at the end, it will become die Partnerschaft, and it is a feminine noun. It has article die. Partnerschaft means partnership. The next is die Bereitschaft. Similarly, here the first part is an adjective, which is bereit, which means ready. I am ready. Ich bin bereit. Are you ready? Bist du bereit? But if you put a suffix shaft at the end, it will become die Bereitschaft and it becomes readiness. Die Verwandtschaft. Again, Verwandt means related, and if you put a suffix shaft at the end, it will become relationship. Die Verwandtschaft. Die Schwangerschaft, which means pregnancy. So the first part is schwanger, which means pregnant, and if we put the suffix shaft at the end, it will become Schwangerschaft and it's pregnancy. Next is die Freundschaft. The word Freund means friend, and if it has a suffix shaft, it becomes Freundschaft, and Freundschaft is a feminine noun. Die Nachbarschaft. Nachbar means neighbor, and if you put a suffix shaft, it will become Nachbarschaft, which means neighborhood. Die Landschaft. The first part is called Land, Land, and it means land or country. It's a neuter noun, it has article das, but if you put shaft suffix at the end, it will become Landschaft, which means landscape. Die Landschaft. Die Wirtschaft. Wirtschaft means economy. Die Wissenschaft. Wissenschaft means science. Now here again the first word is wissen, which can be used as verb, which means to know, and it is also a noun which means knowledge. So if it is combined with the shaft suffix, then it becomes Wissenschaft and it means science. Now let's move to the next suffix, which is height. In German language you will be coming across lot of nouns which are having the suffix height, and all those nouns which have the suffix height, they all are feminine noun and they have the article D. So let's look at the first one, the Gesundheit, health. Now this again composed of two parts. The first part can be another noun or adjective, and the second part will be height. If you use the word gesund alone, it means healthy. Like you can say, bleiben Sie gesund, stay healthy. But if we put a suffix heit at the end, it will become Gesundheit, which means health. Next is die Freiheit. Again consists of two words. The first one is frei, which means free. Bist du frei? Are you free? And if you put a suffix heit, it will become Freiheit, which means freedom. The next noun is die Sicherheit. Again consists of two parts. First part is sicher. Are you sure? Sind Sie sicher? And if you put height as a suffix, it will become Sicherheit, which means safety. Die Mehrheit, the majority. Die Anwesenheit, the presence. Die Abwesenheit, absence. So these two are opposite of each other. Anwesenheit means presence and Abwesenheit means absence. Next is die Krankheit. Krank alone means ill. Ich bin krank. I am ill. And die Krankheit, Krankheit means illness. Next is die Wahrheit. Wahr alone means true. Ist das wahr? Is it true? But if we use the suffix heit, it becomes Wahrheit, which means truth. Next is die Zufriedenheit. Zufriedenheit. Zufrieden alone means satisfied. It's an adjective. But if it is followed by a suffix heit, then it becomes Zufriedenheit, which means satisfaction. Die Gelegenheit, the opportunity. Now let's move to the next hint or next suffix, which is state. And all those German nouns which have the suffix state, they also are the feminine noun and they have the article die. Now the first example is die Aktivität, the activity. Die Qualität, the quality. Die Universität, die Universität, university. Die Flexibilität, Flexibilität, which means flexibility. Die Nationalität, Nationalität, which means nationality. Die Elektromobilität, Elektromobility. Die Elektromobilität, Elektromobility. Die Funktionalität, the functionality. Die Funktionalität, functionality. Die Identität, identity. Die Identität, identity. Die Kapazität, capacity. Die Kapazität, capacity. Die Komplexität, the complexity. Die Komplexität, complexity. And if you have watched the complete video, I will give you one more hint. It's a bonus for you. All those German nouns which have the suffix shaft, if you want to make plural out of these, then you simply have to add an at the end. Die Mannschaften, the teams. Die Partnerschaften, the partnerships. Similarly, if you want to make the plurals for the nouns which have the suffix shaft, you can simply add an an at the end and it will become the plural. So I hope this was informative for you. It has helped you in building your vocabulary and in the identification of gender of nouns. If you want to know more tips and tricks, just subscribe to my channel so that you get the updates on the upcoming videos. And if you don't know that I am also conducting A1 level of German language course, you can also follow that course if you are in the A1 level. And don't forget to like the video if you have learned anything new in this video. Bye.